Hey, do you want to know how to find true love? Well, in this video, I share with you 10 things that you can start doing right now to manifest true love. If you are excited about this video, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can get other dope content just like this. Well, hey, I am Joe Bulluck, life and dating manifestation coach, and I'm here to help you to manifest everything you desire and deserve, including your man. I did these things that I'm going to share with you in this video, and my husband put a ring on it. And 10 years later, nearly 10 years later, we're still happily married. So I want to share these things with you. Let's get ready. Number one, jumping right into it. First things first, if you want to find love, true love, genuine love, then my number one tip for you today is to give it. Yep, you heard me right. First, to yourself. Give yourself love. Give yourself grace. Take time to really heal from your past. Forgive yourself. Like, you've been through some things, you've experienced some things, and the truth be told, a lot of it wasn't your fault, right? And some things you might have made some mistakes and made some bad choices, but it is okay. If you have to learn to forgive and let go, and that starts with yourself, right? You're not perfect. We all fall short. It's part of life. It's time to let go and move on and really start giving yourself grace, because once you start to give yourself grace and give yourself love, it is so easy, so much easier to extend that to other people, because just as you understand that you yourself are not perfect and you make mistakes, you then understand that about other people, and it makes it just so that much more easy to love. The next number two tip of how to find love or true love is you need to understand it. I need you to understand what love is. Listen, if the purpose of a thing is misunderstood, abuse and misuse is inevitable. So you have to understand what is love. 1 Corinthians 13, 4-8 says, love is patient and love is kind. Love is not jealous and it is not boastful or proud. It is not rude. Love does not demand its own way. It is not irritable. It doesn't keep a record of wrongdoing. It doesn't rejoice about injustice or when somebody is wrong, but it rejoices with anything, with all things, and with truth. It wins out. Love never gives up. It never loses faith. It always is faithful. It endures through every circumstance. And so sometimes it's so easy to throw around terms and say, oh, I want love, I want to find love, and all these things. But do you really understand what love is? And there's 4 types of love, and I'm gonna share more about that in another video, but I'll drop it a little bit here. And one of those 4 types of love is agape love, and it requires a sacrificial type of love. So when we start talking about how to find love, you have to be first willing to be able to give what you're asking to receive. And that works with the law of attraction. The law of attraction says that you attract what you are. So if you are love and you are genuine, then that will naturally be reciprocated into your life and come into your life. All right. Hopefully you got a pen. I should have told you that at the beginning. Grab your pen and your paper because you're going to need it for this. Number 3, become the one you want to attract. Create the life that you want. Think about it. What is it? What is your ideal life? What does that look like? What do you want? What is that ideal job? Go after it. And now let me say this. Make sure that your values and your motivation is in line. It shouldn't be that you're chasing, oh, how I can make multiple 6 figures or $1 million, or just like on this paper chase or on this rat race to try to be so successful. Like, life is more than that, right? And success is more than that. It's not about how much you make. And I'm not saying, not to make a nice living. There's nothing wrong with that. But that shouldn't be the only thing that drives you, because a lot of times when you're such on that chase to pursue success and achievement, then you don't even have the time and energy to find the love that you want, and you can't even give it to yourself. So make sure that in the midst of everything that you are becoming the one you want, living the life that you desire, and make sure that your motivations and what's driving you is something more deeper, a bigger purpose than yourself, a bigger purpose than money, or you know what I mean? Make it on a deeper level, more meaningful. What do you enjoy? What impact do you want to make here on this earth? And start making it. All right. So listen, if any of this is resonating with you, I want you to drop a comment and give me some feedback. Have you thought about love in this way, about understanding love? Have you even thought about the importance of giving it, understanding it, and embracing that as part of your identity? Let me know in the comments. Okay, let's keep this train moving. Number 4, get to know you. Yes, you, because you are fabulous and amazing, and you need to take some time to really get to know what it is that you like, what it is that you don't like. Think about your strengths. What are your weaknesses, right? We're not going to focus on them, but we at least need to be aware of what they are, because when we're talking about finding love, you want somebody that compliments you. You don't want to meet somebody who has the same exact weaknesses you have, the same exact strengths you have. You know, y'all are just a mirror exact image of one another, because then if that's the case, one of you become unnecessary. And so it's good to have a partner so each of you can do your part and you can complement each other. And hopefully some of your weaknesses is his strengths and vice versa. You want to be in tune with what are some of your flaws and imperfections. And you don't have to dwell on them. You don't have to point them out, but be comfortable about them. Don't try to hide them. Don't try to, you know, mask those things. I had an opportunity to meet this amazing couple this past weekend. And one of the things that the guy was saying that attracted him about his wife was her birthmark. And he was saying she has such a beautiful birthmark on her face, and that actually drawed him closer to him. So sometimes the very thing that you think is an imperfection, the very thing that you think is you hate so much, is what the person that really God has for you is going to love about you, is going to admire and really adore about you. All right. Understand your value and your worth, and we'll get into that a little more in just a moment. Let me go to number 5. Get your life under control. Listen, what I said, Houston, listen, sometimes we have to call Houston because we got a problem. We got Houston, we got a problem. Okay. You're overworking. You're maybe not eating right. Your weight may not be what it's once where you want it to be. You're dealing with procrastination. You're habitually late. You're disorganized. I'm gonna need you to get your life together. This is for you. This is for you. This one ain't for you. Then this one ain't for you. But what I know to be true, and again, this was something I had to do. I was that chick. I was that girl working 12 hours a day. I was that girl, you know, just procrastinating, not having my things together when I went to an appointment and I was late and this and this and that. You got to get that together. You don't want to be like Frazzle Francis, right? You want to have some structure to your day, because when we're talking about as women, we are used to kind of being all over the place. We're used to being like that spaghetti and just kind of being everywhere all the time. But really with men, they don't operate like that. And they prefer a woman who operate less like that, right? I mean, not to say you have to change a whole way of being, but really when it's the most successful people, the most effective people tend to have some level of focus. And so sometimes as women, we have to kind of bring that trying to be everywhere, trying to multitask, trying to be superwoman down and get some focus, structure, and organization and plan things out so we can be more calm and more at peace, right? And not be, as my dad used to say growing up, he was like, you running around like a chicken with your head cut off. Like, who wants that? Who wants that energy? Nobody wants it. It creates more anxiety. It creates more stress. It just is not a good energy to be around. And so within this, get your life under control, I want to tell you, stop focusing so much on looking well. We focus way too much attention on looking good. And I want you to start focusing on living well beyond what the outside can see and really from the inside out. All right. If any of this resonates with you, again, I want you to drop a comment and let me know what you think. Also, this is a good time for me to tell you, hopefully by now you have already liked this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit the notification bell so you get other videos just like this to help you catch your whole entire life. All right, let's keep it pushing. Number six, establish your strong foundation. Listen, the book of Psalms 127 says, unless the Lord builds the house, the builder labor in vain. Unless the Lord watches over the city, the guard stands watch in vain. And so when it comes to finding the love that you desire, you need to have a solid foundation of which your identity, your values, your beliefs, that you're building that thing on. Now, I'm a woman of faith. And if you're watching this, you're likely a woman of faith. And regardless if you're not, I want to invite you to say, hey, what foundation is it going to be? Right? Because the word of God is the infallible, inherent, indisputable word of God, and it works whether you're a believer or not. And so the principles stand true, and you want to have something that's rock solid and not something that's a shaky foundation. Another scriptures in Matthew 6:33, it says, seek first the kingdom of God and all its righteousness, and then all other things will be added to you. So if you are watching this video as a believer, as a woman of faith, I want to encourage you to spend time seeking God, spend time fostering that relationship, because the truth of the matter is, even when you do find that love, that's not going to complete you. That's not going to, I'm sure you remember in that movie with Jerry Maguire, that he said, oh, you complete me, right? That was a whole big thing back in the day. And so with that, that's a false teaching. That person not complete you, and the only person that can complete you is God. And you have to allow God to fill your cup, to help expose you and reveal to you who you are, and really just let God affirm you as a woman, so you go out in a relationship, you're not bleeding and because if you don't heal from your past, you bleed into your future, right? So you don't want to be bleeding and all this negative energy and things in a relationship, in the coming across needy, coming across desperate, coming across as you're expecting this man to be and do all these things that he don't have the capacity to do. He, saying the man is not going to make you happy. So really having that strong foundation spiritually was key. Okay, let me go to number 7. Number 7, take off the mask. Take off the mask. Don't feel like you have to pretend or be anybody that you're not. If you want to find true love, you have to be your true self. Like that's a mistake that so many people make. They want to, put on all this makeup and put on all this stuff on the outside, but they can't really see you because you're covered up. And another thing is, and again, I was guilty, so I'm not telling you something I don't know. I'm telling you something that I've been through. Sometimes you may find yourself being more shy around somebody of the opposite sex, and you muzzle yourself, and you don't want to speak up. You don't want to talk. You hesitate. You don't feel like you don't know what the right things to say. Speak up. Write down a few questions. Be intentional. Like, let that person see you for who you are. Expose yourself, be your authentic self. And I know for me, my husband was one of the first men that I dated that I really was my genuine self. And that's when love was able to just blossom, because I was no longer hiding. So stop hiding. Number 8, know what you bring to the table, right? A lot of times as women, especially being from the South, where are my Southern women? If you're from the South, let me know. So, sometimes we are like so caught up on, oh, I cook, I clean, I do this, I do that. Okay, the tangibles are cute. But when you think about it, all that stuff can be purchased. Just to be honest, all that stuff can be purchased. Instacart, what is the other thing? DoorDash. Listen, they taken that type of value out of it. Like, that's nice, but what's more? I believe there's more to you. Once you understand love and you're giving love, bam, I'm bringing love to the table. I'm bringing patience to the table. I'm bringing confidence to the table. I'm bringing faith to the table. So know what you bring to the table, and take the time and energy to cultivate these things within yourself. Learn the dating process. Listen, this is number 9. Learn the dating process. Dating is to collect data. A lot of times people go out here and, act like this is spades, and they want to go out here blind. This isn't spades. You should not go blind. You need to be extremely intentional. You are going to date and meet people, but it can happen by design, or it will happen by default. And so why not do it by design? Why not be extremely intentional about that which you desire in your life? And then the number 10 thing that I want to tell you, position yourself to be found. one of the biggest things is as women, we tend to go to work and back and church and back. And now, depending on when you're watching this video, you may not even be doing that anymore. So your level of exposure is minimal. So you are like this amazing woman that's a hidden treasure that nobody can tap into because they can't find you. You're nowhere to be found. So, and not only that, position yourself is just not about your geographical location. It's also about your mental location. So don't go somewhere, different places, and say, oh, I'm showing up. Jill said, I need to position myself to be found. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to go there. Listen, don't go to different places the same and expect a different result. You have to show up different. Listen. If you struggle to find true love, listen, I can help. You can grab my free training video. The link is right below. Or you can book a call with me and I can see how I can help you. As mentioned, I'm passionate about helping women to really manifest the life that they desire, including their man. And so if you want to learn more about how to manifest what you want in your life, then let's talk. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for other dope videos just like this. Well, that is my time. Until next time, I'll see you. Peace.